In this scene, Bob is in the studio recording promotional videos with a Japanese director for the whiskey he's in Japan promoting. The scene opens with a view of the darkly lit studio that feels small and confined. The workers who are sitting around seem almost detached from the situation. The first thing that we notice about the director's body language is that he is a bit aggressive and impatient. The director is clearly used to giving directions as he marches towards Bob. There is something about his voice that is also very commanding. It is interesting how the director doesn't pause to let the translator explain, but instead finishes giving his instructions first. Bob looks a bit uncomfortable as he's clearly also waiting for the director to pause to allow what is being said to be translated. You can see Bob glancing at her as the director is talking to him. The woman gives a very shortened version of what the director has said. We don't need to know Japanese to know that what she says is in fact not all that he has said. The people in the background still seem completely separated from the situation. His body language is clearly asking for help. He doesn't understand and is becoming more uncertain with the situation. He occasionally glances at the translator as if asking for help. Bob's body language tells us that he's uncomfortable with the situation. The setting is interesting in that it makes it look like Bob is exposed and isolated on the stage. Despite the fancy setting that Bob is set in, he looks very uncomfortable with the situation. His chair looks stiff and rigid as he frets in it, as if he wants to get up and move around more. His personality does not fit the setting. The area they are in feels oppressive and constrained from all angles, as if everyone is trapped there until they can do their jobs. We can still see the people in the background who are the spectators to this uncomfortable situation. None of them seem to be offering any sympathy towards Bob. Bob looks extremely uncomfortable at the fact that he knows that everything that has just been said has not, in fact, been told to him. Bob's body language is interesting in the sense that he's clearly uncomfortable, but he's still trying to remain professional, and his humor is what saves him from basically just walking out of the stage area. This scene is a good example of the language barriers Bob faces and is a literal example of how things can be lost in translation.